Look, if you are sitting there looking at your pedals that came with your Logitech Trustmaster or your MOZA bundle, I know exactly what you're going through. Everywhere you look online, everyone is suggesting the same exact thing. You need load cells. It's the absolute best upgrade. It'll make you way more consistent and faster. And honestly, they're not wrong. Load cell pedals are better for proper racing. Instead of game reading how far the pedal has moved, a load cell measures the actual pressure. Your leg learns force, not distance. And for racing, that can make your braking way more consistent and in return make you faster. But before you go and drop a couple of $100 or in some cases well over 1,000, there's one question you actually need to ask yourself first. What games are you honestly playing right now? Because I get the hype. Trust me, I overthink this gear stuff just as much as you do. I buy all my stuff with my own money, so when everyone says something is the absolute obvious upgrade, I don't just blindly buy it. I research it, I compare it, I stress over the small details. And sometimes it helps, but sometimes I'm just making my own life a little difficult. But with load cells, I think the extra thinking actually matters because the answer is not the same for everyone. Before I upgraded to my current Heusinkveld Sprint pedals, I was using the basic SR-P Lite pedals that came with MOZA R5 bundle. They were nothing fancy or premium, but I put a cheap performance brake mod that it comes from MOZA on them. And honestly, they were totally fine. Not amazing, but just fine. And sometimes fine is completely enough. Think about the kind of driving you actually do most of the times. If you are mostly loading up Euro Truck Simulator, American Truck Simulator, bus games, or just relaxing on a set of Corsa free roam maps, your brake pedal is not actually a performance tool. You're not trying to smash the brakes at absolute last millisecond into turn 1 at Monza. Or you're not trying to trail brake right on the edge of ABS to save 10th of a second. You're just cruising, relaxing, and winding down afterward. For that kind of driving, regular pedals actually make so much more sense. You do not need a stiff brake pedal just to drive across cities and cross countries. You do not want your office chair sliding backwards across the floor every time you touch the brake. And you definitely don't want to turn a relaxing gaming session into a leg day workout. Same goes if you're playing casually on PlayStation or Xbox. If you're just booting up Gran Turismo or Forza after a busy day, or if your kids want to hop on and drive around, a stiff racing pedal is just going to frustrate them. Now, not every setup needs to start with a serious cockpit or rock hard pedals. Sometimes the best setup is the one that is actually just fun to use. By the way, if this is making any sense so far, please do me a favor and hit the like button. It really helps the video find other people who are also trying to figure this gear stuff out. And if you like what you see, please do consider subscribing. Thank you. Now, there's a couple of annoying downsides to load cell pedals that people don't always warn you about. First, they cost way more than anything else. Second, they demand a proper mounting setup. If your pedals are just sitting loose in your house right now on your carpet, a stronger brake pedal is actually going to make your driving worse because everything will flex, slide around, fly around. So before you buy anything, check the boring stuff first. Are your current pedals mounted solid? Is your chair moving when you press the pedals? Is the angle comfortable? Sometimes the first upgrade is not even the new pedals. It is mounting the pedals properly and adding a cheap brake mod, or just stop your chair from moving backwards when you use them. Because if the whole setup is moving, expensive pedals will not magically fix your lap times. And you're not going to have fun either. They also take a bit of time to get used to. And they can feel like a brick wall once they are out of box. Luckily, most decent modern pedals let you swap out the rubber elastomers or springs so you can make them softer or harder. A good brake pedal does not have to be painful. It just needs to be consistent. That's it. But look, if you're spending most of your time in iRacing, ACC, Le Mans Ultimate, then everything changes. In those serious sims, your brake pedal is not just for slowing down. It literally affects your lap time and your consistency. And mainly your confidence in the races. You're trying to hit the exact same braking marker, use the exact same pressure, and release the brake cleanly without locking up, lap after lap, race after race. Now that is where load cells actually earn their place. And that is exactly why the Heusinkveld Sprints made sense for me personally. They did not magically make me a top tier alien driver overnight, and honestly, that's not happening anytime soon. But they stopped my braking from feeling like a random guesswork. So if you are chasing a higher I rating, league results, or if you just want to genuinely improve your racecraft, then yeah, absolutely budget for load cell pedals. Honestly, maybe even before you buy a stronger direct drive wheelbase. If your current wheelbase feels a bit boring, weak, better wheelbase will definitely make your driving more fun and more alive. But if your problem is that your braking feels random and you keep crashing out of races, pedals are the smarter fix. But don't buy load cell pedals because some sim racing specialist online, I'm just joking, told you basic pedals are embarrassing, because they are not. Buy them because specific games you play will actually reward you for it. If you like to do both, like me, racing hard on the weekends but trucking to relax on weeknights or whenever you get a chance to get on the sim, load cells can still work. You can use the pedal software to soften the brake curve or make them harder, so you don't have to punish your legs whenever you're just chilling out. That is the real beauty of better pedals. They're not just stiff, they are adjustable to what you actually want them to be as per your requirement. And at the end of the day, don't fall for this classic buy once, cry once trap too early. Sometimes you buy once, realize that you bought the wrong thing for your specific style and requirement, and then you keep crying, man. So ask yourself one simple question. Is braking precision actually the problem that you are trying to solve right now? And if the answer is yes, you should get load cell pedals. If the answer is no, save your cash. Keep driving what you have. Upgrade when the problem becomes real. The upgrade should solve a problem and not create a new one. And that's the whole point of the video. What I mean is, if buying the pedals is then making you buy a full rig just to use them properly, then you should probably rethink this one. Let me know in the comments what pedals are you using right now and what games are you playing the most, or do you like to play the most? Because honestly, that matters way more than the gear itself. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for all the support on the previous videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you and ciao.